Hi, I'm Indira Merritt, and this is Emotional Time Travel. Emotional Time Travel is an interactive prototype that helps users recognize how experiences from the past can influence how they think, feel, and respond in the present, while also encouraging intentional choices about the future. This project is based on a framework I've been developing to help people understand behavior and emotional regulation. Let's begin. First, I invite you to breathe. This is the landing page of Emotional Time Travel, a guided return to the present before visiting the past or designing the future, created by yours truly, Indira Merritt. So this page invites you to take another intentional breath before you enter the design studio. Then you press continue, and then you decide what's true for you right now. So you can decide that your body feels tense or you don't know yet, or if you have a different option, you can type it here. And then you would press continue. And then this is where we get to interoceptive awareness. And so you would decide where you feel sensations within your body. Maybe you feel them in your head. If you do, the tool gives you information about head tension and where it might point towards. If you deselect head, you can maybe say your chest, and it will give you additional information about your chest holding pressure. And then you would press continue. And then you get to the sliding tool that helps you to select what level of capacity that you're operating from today. And so if it's low capacity, you are learning that you have fewer choices, softer pacing, more regulation. And if you have higher capacity, you can toggle it over. And then it lets you know that you might have more complexity maybe available to you. You have higher capacity in this moment. And then you're going to enter the capacity bow. So the capacity bow is what I refer to typically as a capacity knot, where the present is in the middle and the past is to the left and the future is to the right. And then you make a decision about where you want to visit first. I typically visit the present first because I feel like the present is anchoring. And so then you name the capacity that you need. And so it could be any one of these. I'm going to choose emotional tolerance. Then you choose one present practice. And so I might say that I'm going to feel my feet and name what's true. And then I'm going to save the pattern signal. This information is here in the present. And then I'm going to return to the bow. And then I'm going to choose another time period. I'm going to go to the past. And the past is going to help me to recognize without treating anything as a flaw about how I arrived to this space in the present. And so the past can be something that happened 10 minutes ago, a week ago, or even years ago, right? And so maybe the pattern that I want to choose today is avoidance. And I'm thinking about what it may have protected. And so maybe it protected belonging and shame. And then I decide to save that pattern signal. And all of that information stays here at the bottom. And now I'm going to return to the present. And then I anchor back in the present. This information still stays here. You can choose to save it if you'd like, or you can just return to the bow. And then you can pick your final time period, which is to design the future. So once you get here, you can name your goal. And so maybe the goal for me is to stop avoiding. So this is kind of like journaling without it being a journal. And I might decide that the capacity that this requires for me might be emotional tolerance. And so then the next question that's asking is what present practice supports it. So because in the present, I realized that feeling my feet was a good option for me, I might put feel your feet, but you can select any one of these pattern signals that you choose. And then you save your pattern, and then you get to return to the present. Another feature of this site is just the capacity architecture. It just gives you a little bit more information. I used Codex to help build this working web application. Codex assisted with writing and refining the code, debugging issues, improving the interface, and helping me return an idea into an interactive prototype much more quickly than if I would have done it on my own. Thank you for watching my presentation.